Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of India IT 360 Presents the Tech Tea podcast. And I'm your host for today, Survi Sahay, Associate Editor at India IT 360. And with me today is our very special guest, Mr. Vikas Chaubey, Head of Information Security and Compliance, CISO and DPO at NovelVox, with 15 years of experience leading cybersecurity, cloud security, and compliance across SaaS and BFSI environments. He specializes in building security programs from the ground level and transforming them into scalable, business aligned functions that enable growth, trust, and regulatory confidence. With strong expertise in cloud native security, he is known for translating complex cyber risk into broad level insights and enabling faster enterprise deals closure. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy to welcome you, sir.
Hey, hi. Thank you so much for inviting me here. So it was really a detailed introduction. So yeah, looking forward, like what is coming ahead.
That's great, sir. We're happy to have you with us. It's a privilege. So, moving on, here is my first question to you. You have built security and privacy frameworks from the ground up. How has your journey evolved as a CISO and DPO over the years?
All right. So before coming to that, I I'll just add up the experience. What made me to bring it here. So coming with the industry of auditing side, my journey has evolved from being deeply technical to becoming more business aligned and strategy driven. Early in my career, the focus was primarily on infrastructure security, audits, and compliance execution. Over time, when I entered in an industry as a CISO, I realized that cybersecurity is not just about protecting systems, it is about enabling trust, business growth, customer confidence, and resilience. That was a time where, as a CISO and DPO, I now look at the security through a wider lens that includes privacy, AI governance, product security, and operational resilience and regulatory accountability. I've had the opportunity to build and mature programs around ISO 27000, ISO 27701, SOC 2, PCI DSS, and more recently ISO 42000, an AI governance framework based upon NIST RMF. What has changed the most is the expectation from the leadership. Today, CISOs are expected to speak the language of a business, risk, and innovation, not just technology.
So, based on the previous question itself, so we'll move on. You have worked extensively across ISO, as you told earlier, and PSI DSS, GDP, DPDP Act. So, how do you especially simplify compliance for business leaders?
So this is the most common question. As a CISO, also we face this, and we learn when we are burning our hand. So I always tell leadership teams that compliance should not be seen as a checklist exercise. It should be translated into business outcomes. Instead of discussing clauses and controls, I simplify compliance into four business questions. Are we protecting customer trust? That is very important in order to be in a business. Are we reducing operational and legal risk? Are we enabling enterprise sales and market expansion? Are we building resilience for long term growth? So these are the four pillar of questions where I always ask. When leaders understand that framework like GDPR, DPDPA, ISO 27000, or PCI DSS directly impact revenue, customer onboarding, investors' confidence, and brand reputation, automatically compliance becomes a strategic enabler rather than an operational burden.
On that itself, with your work in AI governance, so like ISO 42001 and NIST AI RMF, how do you see the role of CISO expanding beyond traditional security?
All right, so this is something it is very close to my heart because now everybody is talking about AI governance. So the role of a CISO is rapidly evolving from a cyber defense to digital trust leadership. AI governance has introduced new dimensions such as model integrity, ethical AI, explainability, bias management, privacy risk, and post deployment oversight. A modern CISO is now expected to govern not only systems and infrastructure, but also autonomous decision making ecosystems. There comes a role of a framework like ISO 42000 and NIST AIRMF are pushing organizations to think beyond confidentiality and availability. The future CISO will play a critical role in ensuring responsible AI adoption, regulatory alignment, and trustworthy innovation. That is the reason where you see a growth of a lot of requirement of compliance and checklist which is coming from EU Act and NIST RMF side as well.
You have enabled security into CI and CD and product ecosystem. So, how do you ensure security does not slow down innovation?
So this is again I must say this is one of the question where we face when we are working the product company. So this is my second tenure where I'll be working mostly on the product side, and this is always a discussion with the product heads, and we try to rest assure them security should integrate into development workflow, not as a gatekeeper at the end. The key is adopting a shift left and shift right security model where controls are automated directly into CI/CD pipelines. This includes SAST, DAST, SCA, secret scanning, container security, IAC review, and automated policy checks. When security becomes automated, measurable, and developer friendly, innovation actually accelerates because teams identify issues earlier and reduce costly rework later. My focus has always been to make security frictionless while maintaining governance and visibility.
So, moving on, in BFSI, how do you balance regulatory pressure with the need of digital agility?
In BFSI sector, security and agility cannot operate separately. The regulatory expectations from RBI, certain PCI DSS and privacy regulations are increasing while customers expect faster digital experiences. The balance comes from building secure by design architectures and risk based governance models. Instead of blocking transformation initiatives, the security function should help define safe operating boundaries. I strongly believe that organizations that mature their governance, automation, and continuous monitoring capabilities are able to move faster while remaining compliant.
Okay. So, you have significantly reduced incidents and improved postures. So, what is one security investment that developed the highest impact?
So one of the highest impact investment has been centralized visibility and proactive monitoring through integrated security operations. When organizations combine EDR, XDR, vulnerability management, identity governance, cloud monitoring, and incident response into unified operational model, the improvement is significant. In my experience, this has helped reduce incident exposures substantially while improving response time, audit readiness, and executive visibility. Security investments that improve visibility and response maturity typically deliver the strongest long-term ROI.
We'll move on to the our rapid fire questions. That would be quick, and then we'll move down to our last two questions. So the rapid fire to you is compliance or real security?
So here, real security with measurable outcomes.
Okay. AI governance, urgent or evolving? What do you choose?
Or urgent and evolving simultaneously.
Okay. AppSec or cloud security priority? Which would you choose?
Both are inseparable in modern SaaS ecosystem.
Automation or manual control?
Automation with intelligent oversight.
Vendor risk or internal risk?
Vendor risk is the new internal risk.
One word for modern CISO.
Trust, which is most important part of our day-to-day life and activity.
That's great. So, moving on to our closure questions. With increasing third party risk, how do you approach vendor risk management and scale? Like you told earlier, also, you choose in between vendor risk and the internal risk. You choose vendor risk. So, how do you take this forward?
So third-party ecosystems are now extensions of the organization itself. It is not like we should treat it as separate audit or kind of a risk. Vendor risk management must therefore move beyond onboarding questionnaires. I approach it through a layered model, risk tiering vendors based on business criticality and data access, mandatory security assessments aligned to ISO 27000, SOC 2, PCI DSS or privacy standards, continuously monitoring of external attack surface, and compliance posture. Contractual security obligations, breach notification requirements, periodic assessments, and evidence based governance. Job objective is to create measurable trust, not just collect documents.
So that was a great insight that you have given. So this would be my last question to you for the day. How does a future ready security organization look likes to you? What would be like?
If you ask me, a future ready security organization is proactive, intelligence driven, automated, and deeply integrated with business strategy. It operates with security embedded into product engineering and cloud operations, AI governance and privacy integrated into decision making, continuous monitoring and automated response capabilities, strong cyber resilience and recovery readiness, board level risk visibility, security awareness embedded into organizational culture. Most importantly, future ready organizations treat cybersecurity as a business growth enabler rather than a compliance function.
Okay, Mr. Vikas, that was a great insight. And thank you so much for your valuable experience, the experience that you have shared with us. It was truly wonderful session, and it was my pleasure hosting you today. And I hope my audience will also like watching your podcast. So, to my viewers, to get more such incredible insights from leading tech leaders, stay tuned with India ID 360. Do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You can also download our curated app for IT CXOs, IT 360 Connect, where you can watch more such podcasts, share your views, articles, and thoughts, and get first hand updates on upcoming webinars, roundtables, and digital campaigns. You can join these directly using the app or and earn points with each interaction, which can be easily redeemed for an Amazon voucher. Simply scan the QR code on the screen showing and download the app to get started. That's all for today. Thank you once again, Mr. Us, for your insightful insights and this thoughtful session. And to all the viewers, thank you for tuning on to the episode of Tech Tea Podcast by India IT 360. Do share your feedbacks in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, this is your host, Survi Sahay, signing off for the day. Goodbye and have a great day. Thank you.